Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me here on my channel, Ephemera 18. I'm really excited to be moving into a new home end of next week. So I have been busy packing all of my craft supplies here in our rental home and just getting them all ready to move into my new craft space. And so I'm really excited to reorganize and move into my craft studio. And for those that have placed orders in my Etsy store, all your orders will be shipped out by end of this week, and I will temporarily just close my store for 2 weeks as I reorganize and unpack all of my craft supplies in our new home, and then I'll reopen my store in a couple of weeks after that. So thank you to all of those that have purchased from my store. Really appreciate your support. And so going back to my packing in my temporary craft room, I couldn't help myself but look at the beautiful papers, and I just want to quickly make a project in between my packing. So I thought I will see what I can make, and this is the project that I made, and it's just a mini interactive ephemera holder. Just another way to store some of your tags, ephemera pieces, die cuts, journaling cards. You can add some pages in here, and you can also make it into a booklet as well. So just wanted to make something with my papers. So I'm going to show you the ephemera holder mini booklet, and then I'm going to make another one in this video in case you also wanted to give it a go and make one for yourself. I think it also makes a great Happy Mail idea. You can pack a few of your paper goodies in here and send this off to another crafty friend so they can have fun with things that you put in there for them to use. So let me show you how it looks like. I've got here just a piece of paper scrap, so just use your paper stash that you have, and it opens up with a Velcro. So I did use some Velcro to keep it closed. And then there is a pocket up here. I didn't do any embellishing to the front. I did a little bit of embellishing here. I did fussy cut this flower, but I thought it would be also great if you had made these embellishments that I've shown you in one of my recent videos on how you can make these really pretty simple paper layered budget crafting embellishment. And this would be perfect to add to the front of your cover, just like that. You can add some foam dots and raise it up to make it more dimensional. You can place it in the middle. And this is another one, just in case you've made these and you don't know what to do with them. You can decorate the front of your pocket. Looks pretty. You can place it up here or in the middle, and that just finishes off the cover. Really, really lovely. And I'll link down below the video in case you wanted to have a look if you've missed that video. So that was just an idea for you to cover the front part. So there is this pocket, and this is one of my older embellishments that I made just using some paper strips and layering them, and then I made one of these crochet little frayed bow. This is a really old embellishment that I've made, and I thought that looked really nice just inside there and just decorates the pocket. I also placed another tag. This is a cut apart from an old 12x12 paper by Die Cuts with a View. Just somewhere where it'd be great to just do a little bit of documenting here. So I thought that was a perfect little, and I just sort of trimmed it down. I kept cutting it so that it would fit in the pocket. And so that's that part. And then it opens up to this side here, and then this is closed with just a foam square. I didn't use a Velcro dot here. I just used one of those little foam double-sided squares, and it just opens up that way and opens up like that with another side pocket here. And this is just another way to just add some more cut aparts or little note cards. I added a little bird here to the front with it's a bird paper punch. So I place that there just to decorate this part a little bit. And that closes up like that. And then I've got a vellum piece just to give it a bit of a a fun flip page. If you don't have any vellum, you can just use your pattern paper to create a flip page. And then over here is I made a little side corner pocket here just by cutting a flower from a 12 by 12 paper that I had, and then I just sort of glued around the bottom here just to create a little tuck pocket. And this is another cut apart, so I made that into a tag. There is a library pocket at the back here for more tags and just some paper scraps that I've just cut up. So that's the library pocket. And then there is another pocket here at the back. Again, I've just placed some more journaling cards, cut aparts. So you can fit some good size note cards at the back there. So here we have 1, 2, and 3 pockets. And then you've got this flip page here with a side pocket. And then you've got that front pocket here in the front. Just a great little something, just a fun flippy booklet with some pockets. And you can also add some papers in here by folding it in half if you wanted to do that, and you can just sew it along the fold here, or you could add some string, and you've got yourself some extra papers here where you can make it into a booklet for somewhere to do some writing. So there is a lot of other fun ways you could change this up to the way you would like it. You can even add more papers, more flip pages here as well, which is another great way if you want to make it even more interactive. So let me show you how you can make this really quickly and easily. It looks like a difficult project to make, but really it's not as hard as it looks. The only hard part is trying to find the papers that you may want to use to make it, because you'll need a few pieces of papers. And I did use double-sided papers for most of the part of the project. The only part that's single-sided is the library pocket here and this part. But you can use single-sided paper, just some parts might be white showing. So that's up to you how you would like to make your booklet. But you'll need a few paper pieces. So the first piece you're going to need is a large piece, and that is to create the base of your flip booklet, which is this part here that's showing, and it's I'll just show you. So it's this whole part here. So that's this one, and you want to cut that at 7 inches by 4 inches, and the height will be 4 inches for all the papers you're going to cut. The height will be 4 inches, but the length will be all different. So for the base, 7 inches by 4 inches. And for the next piece, which is this part here, which is the front library style pocket with this flip part, so I'll just show you. This is this part here. You want to cut that piece at 5 inches by 4 inches, and that's double-sided. I'll just say 5 inches by 4 inches, and that piece is done. And now you also want another piece for this part here, and that is going to be this piece here, and that is at 3.5 inches by 4 inches. If you wanted to add a piece of vellum flip page here, or just another piece of scrap paper to create a flip page, you want to cut that piece at 3 3.75 inches by 3.5 inches. And then we have a library pocket. I forgot that piece. I've got to get another piece for that. For the library pocket, you want to cut that at 3.75 inches by 3.75 inches. So this is just a full square. 3.75 inches by 3.75 inches. And I'm just going to grab another piece for this one. Let me find a piece of paper. I've got paper on me for that. Let me just quickly grab something here. I'll just grab this piece. Let me just, forgot what, let me just, 3.5 by, okay, that's a nice simple measurement. So for that back piece, if you want to add that, it's 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to cut that out. Just grabbed a piece of scrap that I just got left laying on my desk. Let me just cut that out. So I've got it all ready. I'm going to cut it 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So that's for that back part. And then a couple of little paper scraps, one for your closure here, and that was at 2 inches by 2 inches. And another little piece for the closure over here, and I just cut that at 1 inch by 2 inches. Sorry, it's 3/4 inches by 2 inches. So it's just under 1 inch by 2 inches. So there are a few paper pieces to create this, but really it's not as hard as it looks. It's just trying to get all the right papers that you want to make it. And you can see none of my papers coordinate with, they're just any papers, and they will still come together quite nicely. All right, so because I just made this once, I'm hoping I can recreate it quickly and remember how I put it together. The first thing we're going to do, we'll grab the large piece. So let's grab that to make the base. And we're going to, you want to just decide which part you want showing in the front here. So in that case, I'm going to have that facing down. So this will be that part showing. I'm going to have that facing down on the 7-inch side, on the long side. And then we're going to score at 3.25 inches. So that is just one score line at 3.25 inches. And then we're going to grab the next piece. And that is going to be this piece here to create that pocket. And then it has that flip page there. And this is double-sided paper again. So I'm going to have this part showing as the library pocket. So that's going to be like that on the front. So again, I'm going to have that facing down on the 5-inch side. And I'm just going to score that at 2 inches. And then I'm just going to place it to the side. We're going to grab our vellum piece. And with the vellum piece, one side is a little bit longer. So that's at the 3.75 inches. So we're going to line that at the 3.75 inch. And we are just going to score that. I just couldn't remember. Sorry. I think I scored that at 1/2 inch. So on a 3.75, I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. Let's keep that to the side now. And then we have this back piece, which doesn't need to be scored. Oh, sorry, we've got to have this piece here. Let's go to this. I missed one part, which is this part here. And that is the piece that's at 3.5 inches by 4 inches. And this is just quite easily, we're just going to line it on the 3.5 inch and score at 1 3/4. So it's pretty much just folding that in half. So it's along the 3.5 inch side, scoring at 1 3/4. Then we've got that back piece here, and that's just kept on its own. We don't need to score that. That was easy enough. And then we have the library pocket. The library pocket is just because it's the same size on all 4 sides at 3 3/4 inches. You're just going to score along 3 sides at 1/4 inch on the 3 sides. So we'll just go 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to turn it around that way, go 1/4 of an inch, and 1 at the bottom. So just 3 sides and not at the top. And then you have these 2 pieces. That one would leave as it is, and then this piece here, we're just going to score it at on the 2-inch side, any side, 3/4 of an inch. So just a little bit less than 1 inch. So that's that. It's all the scoring done now. Now we're just going to assemble it with some glue and a circle punch, if you have a circle punch, just to create these notches there as well as here. So let's grab this piece. This is the cover. We're just going to fold this on the fold line. And you're going to see it doesn't line up in line, and that's what we want. We want to be able to see that pattern if you have double-sided paper. If you're using single-sided, this part will be white. So that is the base. Grab the piece that's going to create the library pocket in the front here, and we've made that score line. We're just going to fold that over, folding that over, and so the wider part is going to get placed in the front, and the shorter panel is going to get wrapped to the back like that. So you could see, just so you could see, that's just going to get placed like that. So when you turn it, that part's going to flip open. And before we glue it, you can create a thumb notch here if you wanted to do that. Just 1 second. My neighbour is building a motorcycle, and he's been, so I hope it wasn't too noisy. And I'm just going to, I just went to close the window. I'm just going to do that. So I punched that out. That's the notch, so I'm going to get placed in there. And it's just nice to be able to see some of that pattern. So I didn't go all the way to the end. Now you can go all the way to the end. You just got to adjust your score line. But I wanted to be able to see some of that pattern here on the front. And all we're going to do here is we are going to add glue on the inside of that score line, down the bottom and on the outside. So let's do that. So we're going to go on just, on the inside of that fold line and along this side and at the bottom, and that will give us that front pocket. So I'm just going to take that back in. So that should be glued there, should be glued down there and down the bottom. And then when you turn it over, that should give us a flip page like this one. You can see. And I'm just going to corner around these 2 corners just to decorate that a little bit. Now we've got that part all done. We're going to move along to this flip part with the pocket, and that is the next piece. And that was the one that was scored at 3.5 inches by 4 inches, and we scored it in the middle in half, and we're just going to fold that over. And if you are using double-sided paper, just decide which side you want showing on the front, and then the other side will be the back. So that's the front, and I want to have this part showing in the front with the as the cover, so I want it like that. So that's going to get placed, that fold line will get placed just a little bit away from that score line, about a quarter of an inch or half an inch. Let's see, how far did I go? About half an inch away. So you want that fold line about half an inch away from that score line. So it's going to go there. So that's going to fold like that. And if you want it the other way, you just decide if you want it that way. You just make that choice. So I'm going to go this way, and that's going to go like that. Before I glue it down, I'm going to create a notch on the left side, which is like this one here. So let's do that. So now I can glue that down, and that will give me that pocket, and it'll give me this flip page. And all I'm going to do here is add glue to the 3 sides where I made the notch. And then I'm just going to place it about a quarter of an inch away from that fold line. So that's the glue there. I'll glue down here, and I'll glue down here, and now it'll give me that side pocket. And this will be my flip page. And I forgot to corner around these 2 corners, so I should have done that first. So now I've got that closed that way, and that's going to close in front, just the same as that. We've got that part all done. We're going to move along to the back part of the cover, which is this interactive part. I'm going to grab these 3 pieces. First, we'll grab the vellum piece or your paper piece to create the flip page, and we're going to fold that score line that we made, and that will help make the fold, make the paper flip, make a flippy page, like a hinge. So I'm just going to fold that. So you want to fold that inside, so that's going to be like a flip page. And I'm just going to create a little bit of an angle just to help it, just makes it easier. And then you want to grab the piece that's going to go at the back. Now this part here, if you don't want to use this part, then this part is also, you don't need to use this part either. But if you just want to create a library pocket without that, you're just going to go ahead and just put the library pocket in the front. You can still use the flip vellum piece. You just want to trim it down to the height of your pocket, so then you've got a little flip in front of your library pocket. So as you can see, this is a bit higher. You're just going to trim it down to the height of your pocket if you don't want this extra back pocket. But I think this gives it a more fun little extra piece. And so we've got that piece, and this was cut at 3.5 by 3.5. So it doesn't really matter where that, you can place it just like that. And then this piece is going to get glued to, this piece will get glued to the back of that, and this will give us that little flip. So let's add that to the piece. And now I'm going to glue, but not glue it right, I'm not going to glue it right on the edge of the fold. Just going to go a little bit away. And now I'm going to slide that and just sort of place it beside the fold line, just to allow the vellum to open and close nicely. So you can see that's the back now. So you can see that's going to be the flip page. And you can also punch out a notch up here if you don't want to leave it straight across. You can punch yourself a little notch, but I'll just leave mine like that. Now that's going to get placed to there. And what we'll do now, we're just going to glue the back of the paper along this side, along the bottom, and along that side. So I'm just going to turn around to the back. Glue the two sides. And the bottom, and that will give me a top pocket now. And I'm just going to place it not right at the bottom because I still want to see the pretty pattern of the cover, and try and keep it away from that fold line. I'll just keep mine probably about and just it's a little bit away, so it just helps open and close your paper or your cover. So now I've glued down these three sides, and that will give me that top pocket, just like that one. And now let's make the library pocket like this one. And we made the 3 score lines at 1/4 of an inch. I'm just going to angle cut these first, and I'm just going to show you just a variation of the library pocket. I made this at this height, but you can make your pocket shorter, not as deep like that if you don't want to. So let's see. So I've just folded those 3 sides in. So you can see this library pocket is higher than this one. I just did that on purpose. I'd made those measurements a little bit higher just in case you wanted to have a, you know, like a larger pocket. And then you just trim it down to however deep you want your pocket. So you can, I did make it at 3.5, but you can, you know, cut it at 3 inches. So you can see this is going to be a little bit too high. So I'm going to just trim mine down. I want a little bit more of a, not so deep of a pocket in case you've got some smaller ephemera pieces you want to put in there. So on this part here, let me try it at 3 inches. I'm going to just sort of, I might go down it. So I've gone about that much, which is a little bit shorter than this one, which is fine. I just didn't want it too deep. I mean, you can even cut it even more and trim it down more if you want a lower one. So you know what, let's just go down that little bit more. So this one here, let's just say when you cut your paper, you can cut it down to 3 inches by, what was that, 4 was it? Sorry. So the width will always be a 3 and 3/4 inches. You just decide how high you want your pocket. Don't forget you got that little extra piece here that needs to be folded over. So this one here, I think it's, I'm not even sure what's the height. I think that one is 2 3/4 in height. This one will be 2.5 in height. But I'm just going to cut a little bit shorter. I'm going to make a little bit of a lower one for this one. Let's go 2 1/4. Yeah, I like that height. And I'm just going to create a notch there now. Oops, a second. It's not quite center. Okay, there we go. So now I can place that there. And you can place it wherever you like. I'll just place it about there. Now I've got that pocket. And then if you have like a large image of and you want to add another little tuck pocket, you could do that. You can cut a little scrap piece of paper and also cut another little piece here and create another little tuck pocket. So let me see if I've got a bit of paper scrap. Let me see, just, you know, let's just do that because we all love little tiny pockets. Let's see, what have I got here? Let's just do that. Just something I've just thought about. So what was this width? Let me just have a look. So it's about 3, I think it's 3 1/4. Doesn't really matter. So 3 1/4. And then I'm gonna, let's go, let's see, 3 1/4. I'm hoping it's 3 1/4. Okay, yeah, that's right. So it was 3 1/4 in width, and then the depth of the pocket, I've made it at 1.5 inches. I might even go down a little bit more. I'll go down to, I'll go down to 1 1/4. I'll go down 1 inch. No, let's go 1 1/4. Let's try that first. Yeah, we can do that. And I'm just going to glue that to the front. You can add another thumb notch. So that's just because I thought, why not? Let's just add another pocket. So similar to this one, but I'll just place that there. Let's glue that. Again, 3 sides. I kept 1 box of scrap papers out in case I just feel like wanting to make something before I pack everything. So I'm just going to glue that to the front, and let's just give them another little pocket because there's room to do one. So that's that. And I have another idea for you if you want to even add another pocket. This piece here that we added on, I couldn't remember the width now, but you can make this width a little bit longer and then just create a fold and fold that over, and then you glue the 2 sides, and then you've got yourself a side tuck pocket there as well. Or you can flip it that way and you've got a side pocket on this side if you want to cut this a little bit longer and then fold it over to make another extra side pocket. So that's another option. You could even add another flip page like this to this by adding another one on top and then just gluing it to the back, and then you'll have 1 flip page and another flip page. So let's say this is another paper. You're just going to do another score line again, add 1/2 inch, fold that and place it to the back, and then you've got yourself another flip page. So if that was folded, that would be a flip page, and more pockets. So you can add another page there if you wanted to, or if you have like a cut apart tag like this, again you can just score that down so you can create a little fold for the hinge part, and that will get tucked at the back, and you've got yourself a page, a vellum, pocket, 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 and more, and make it more interactive. Now that part's all done. We're going to go and just add the little closure, which for the 2 little pieces. If I can find it. Here we go. So I've got these 2 pieces. Now we did a score line at 3/4 of an inch. I'm just going to fold that over, and that part here will get placed to the back here like that, and that will get glued there. So when you close your folder, that will get placed in the front, and then you add your Velcro, foam dot, eyelet, you know, or punch a hole to create a place with some trim. So I'm just going to add some glue there. You can place it on the top if you like, and the bottom, or in the middle. I'll just place it in the middle. And I did also just keep it a little bit away from the fold line, just to allow this to open and close nicely. So we've got that. And then I've got this extra little piece, and it's going to be the this tab here. And I'll do the same and corner around those two corners. I keep forgetting to corner around these first. Okay, we've done that part, and let's just add this on. I might just go that way, doesn't really matter. You just place it wherever you like. Just going to add a little bit of glue just to the bottom here, not too much. Placing it there, and then you've got enough room to add your little part to make as a closure. Excuse me. And that part's done. And then we have, let me just grab this. There is your pocket up here. A little pocket there, and then you've got another little pocket in the front. And then you also have your pocket here. And then your top library pocket up here. And if this is a little tight up here to get your tag, what I normally do is I will grab a ruler or my bone fold. I'm just going to slide that in there, just sort of, just gently sort of give it a bit of an opening, so it's not too tight when you want to get your papers in there. It just helps with the opening, so it's not too tight. Let's see. So you've got one of these. It's easy to just get in. Just makes it easy, not too sort of tight. So that part's all done. So let me just show you complete. Didn't add the glue on this. So it's exactly the same. We have the pocket, and then you open that up, and then you have the cover that flips open like that. Your vellum piece, and then you've got that pocket and a pocket, and then I did add that extra pocket here in the front. And that is my little mini interactive ephemera holder booklet, just using my papers from my stash. I did enjoy making these. I hope the tutorial wasn't confusing for you to follow, and as well as the measurements. So I hope you give this a go, and I'll see you soon in my next video. So I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.